Well, here's what we've got. Folks here having problems with otter, tearing their ponds up, a lot of beaver sign. My conservation agent called me last week and wanted to know if I'd talk to the folks. I'm a little ways from home, and so I decided to come down and look at it the other day, and they've got some serious issues here, so we're going to try to set this thing up. Not so much today. We're going to get a few traps out. Isn't that pretty? It's all spring fed. It's a spring run. Be right back. DW Verts, Hick Billy Outdoors. So what we've got this spring. It runs down and meets a little creek. Run down, hits another creek, which is across the road. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this thing with a few body grips in this run below the pond. It's up above there where the spring is. I'm going to set it quick and easy today. I'm limited on time, and my buddy couldn't be here with me. We're going to come back next week and set it heavy. Now, we're 19 miles from my house. So I have arranged with my conservation agent, the people that live here, there's 3 different properties involved with this, that if I can't make it down, now we have a 48-hour check in Missouri on body grip traps, but they're going to check them for me. If it means saving some gas, 19 miles, it's a long way. I'm not charging them for this either. I can't charge. It just feels wrong. So I'm going to put a few sets out. I'm going to do it pretty quick and easy. A couple or so here in this ditch, and right across the road over there is the creek. I mean, just off the road, almost right away. So that's what we're going to do. See how this works out. So the trick is I'm going to put as many things in my favor here as possible. The pond's right up there. Spring runs out of it. I'm looking at these pinch down places, which obviously it's pinched down. I like the moving water, a little faster water too. So I'm probably going to put one right here to start with. Not rocket science. So this first one was pretty easy. It really took about 2 minutes to get in. Right in the middle of the run. Got a rebar stake holding my cable down, plus pinching the trap in for stability. And I have it sitting on top of one of those KB stabilizers, which all of them have that, plus I have the H-style also, just in case. This is really hard rock bottom. It's a spring. It's been a spring forever, for thousands of years, so pretty solid bottom. Another little run here. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason, except I'm trying to put it where the animals obviously go easiest. So right down through the middle there is where I'm going to set another one. I'll probably end up seriously in this 100-yard stretch having 5 or 6 traps next week. There's no point not. Not to mention there is some muskrat sign on this pond right over here, and I bet you there's some mink. There's my setup with that KB stabilizer. So I like them. They work pretty cool. Okay, one thing I just did to that set, not really necessary, but I put a little extra blocking in. I mean, it's pretty narrow, but I want to catch muskrats or mink, whatever, too. They're not my primary, but if one comes through, it may make him pinch through the center. And there's number 3, blocked in. Good spot. So I'm going to go across the road now. I've never been to that creek. So it's just right across the road. I'm going to pack some stuff over and see if I can figure out where to set over there. Well, that creek just across the road did not work out. There's just not the right kind of water. Pinched down enough and deep enough is a trick to be legal. This is that same spring run a quarter mile down the road. Hits a creek up here. I'm going to go up and have a look at this. It's another property here. There's plenty of places to set here. I want to get on this creek also. Of course, we've got time to figure this out. I'm trying to keep down my walking time. My looking time is more important than walking time. Plus, the other issue is I'm right here on the road. And that's just guaranteed way to get my traps going. Well, there's the best spot, but we're right at the slab. That's just gonna end up ugly. The druggies or whatever will end up taking my traps, and I'll just get angry. Got to figure this out. It's just part of it, at least for me. Back in the day, of course, people stole traps in too, but I'd sit right underneath those bridges. Put the trap out of the way in the culverts, but I got away with that for a long time, and finally one day I didn't get away with it anymore, and it hurt. So I just set a fourth trap down in that mess. Did it in a hurry, close enough to the road, didn't want nobody to see me doing it. I'm on my own property, but don't need to see nobody doing what I'm doing. And I feel bad about that one, but it's a pretty good spot. Well, I got to get back. It's already after 1 o'clock, and I've got to work this evening. Like a Christmas tree. Not much. It's got 4 traps out. It's not enough for coming this far, but it's a start. See how this goes. So this this 4th set, the last set that I put in last night, was in this little spring run about a quarter mile below where I put those other traps. So I thought I'd check it first. And it's fired and laid over, which happens. Stuff washes down through here, so not a huge deal. I just got to reset it. So these other 3 sets, again, part of the deal. Nothing in 2 of them, and that one's got a big wad of grass in it, fired it. Just part of it. When you trap this kind of stuff, stuff's going to wash down through here and get in the way of the trap. So that's what we're up against. No big deal. It's just part of the deal. You put more traps out and keep on it going. I'm always tickled when this happens right here, because you know your traps are working good when your 280s and 330s are catching rats and mink. And I got me a rat there. Of course, it's hard on the rat, but you know your traps are working good when that happens. So I'm going to call that a good deal. I'm just checking a few traps I put in this spring here for some folks yesterday, and just a pretty morning. I want to share it with y'all. Got to get back to work.